There's a secret number that changes everything. It's not $1 million, not even $100,000. It's just $10,000. Yes, once you hit this number, life suddenly feels different. Money doesn't feel the same anymore. You start seeing things that normal people don't. You realize the world is not what it seems. Okay, I know this sounds like some conspiracy theory, but trust me, I'm not saying that aliens will show up after you save $10,000. Or maybe they will. But something does change, and today I'm going to break down 7 ways your life changes forever once you hit that $10,000 milestone, because it's indeed very important for your financial future. But before we get into it, if you're someone who wants to grow financially, make smarter money decisions, and stop feeling broke all the time, then hit the subscribe button, because I break down complex money topics in simple ways so you don't have to get a finance degree to understand them. Plus, subscribing is free, it's 100% free, no hidden charges, no extra fees, unlike your bank. Alright, let's get into it now. Number 1, it shatters a huge mental barrier. You know that feeling when you have been trying to save money for months, but it just seems like it's a never-ending battle. You save a little, then spend a little, you save a little, and then again, it's just gone. This happens to most people, especially when they're just starting to build their financial future. But the moment you hit $10,000, boom, it's like you just crossed a finish line in a race that you thought you could never win. Before this, money feels like this distant goal, a vague dream of some future version of yourself. But when you hit that $10,000, everything suddenly feels more real. It's like now you're officially a member of Financial Stability Club. You have crossed a huge mental barrier, and once that happens, you stop seeing money as a source of stress and anxiety, and you start viewing it as something that can work for you. And let's be honest, up until now, you were probably thinking that I will never be able to save $10,000. I'm just an average person. What makes me different? But here's the truth. It's actually easier than you think. And once you break through that first mental barrier, everything changes. Suddenly you stop looking at money as this unbeatable challenge and you start seeing it as something achievable, even predictable. This is why hitting $10,000 is so critical. It's not just about the money, it's about shifting your mindset, and that's where the real magic happens. Number 2, confidence around money skyrockets. Let's talk about something that's a bit uncomfortable, but it's true. Have you ever noticed how people who are broke are almost always stressed about money? It's like they live in a constant state of financial panic. They're stressed about every dollar they spend, every bill that comes in, and the growing pile of stuff that needs to be paid. It's like a never-ending anxiety cycle. Why? Because they are always one bad day away from a total disaster. That's where hitting $10,000 in your bank account changes everything. Suddenly, you breathe a little easier. Your stomach doesn't churn when you open your credit card bill. You're not scrambling to make ends meet. Instead, you're looking at your finances with a newfound sense of control. And here's what happens. You walk into a store and for the first time, you actually look at the product, not just the price tag. I mean, think about it for a second. Before, you might have been calculating the cost in your head, weighing every little thing against your budget. But now your mind shifts. You start asking yourself the better question. You ask, is this worth my money? Instead of panicking and thinking that, can I even afford this? This is where the magic happens. It's the small shift, but it changes everything. You have gone from financial survival mode to financial empowerment. Now, you're no longer making decisions based on fear. You're making them based on value. You're able to think long-term, make choices that actually improve your life, and suddenly you feel like you have options. And let me tell you, that feeling is addicting. The moment you no longer feel desperate about money, everything shifts. You start thinking, wait a minute, this is actually how I should have been thinking all along. Number 3, it covers 99% of your life's emergencies. All right, let's get real. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs at us when we expect least, right? When your car breaks down, your heart drops. When there are medical bills piling up, you get that sinking feeling. If you lose your job, it's like the world's collapsing in on you. Most people live in this perpetual state of emergency mode. And let's be honest, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're just one unexpected expense away from a full-blown panic attack. But then you hit that magical $10,000 and suddenly you've got backup, you've got flexibility, and most importantly, you've got a peace of mind. It's like having an anti-anxiety button in your bank account. For example, your car breaks down and instead of stressing about how you will make it to work, you just book the repair. You're not fretting about how to scrape together the funds. You simply handle it. Same goes for unexpected medical bills. You don't go through the feeling of a panic attack. You just feel like, I got this. Now, having that $10,000 doesn't make you invincible, but it dramatically reduces the number of curveballs that can actually hurt you. You're no longer living life with your finger on the panic button. You've got buffer. You can now handle emergencies with a level of calmness that most people without that cushion, they just can't. You don't need to be crazy rich to be financially stable. You just need that $10,000 to get you through most of the life's hiccups. So let's hear it from you. What's the craziest emergency you have had? Drop a comment below with your wildest stories. Now moving on, number 4, the power of compound interest kicks in. This is where the fun starts. Before you hit $10,000, maybe you have heard about compound interest, but probably don't understand the power of it. Sure, you have seen people talk about how people get rich by letting the money grow over time, but it doesn't seem that impressive when you're just scraping by, right? But here's the thing. Once you have that $10,000, compound interest is no longer some distant concept. It becomes something real and tangible that works for you. So let's break this down. Let's say you invest that $10,000 in a low-cost index fund that has an average annual return of 10%. It's not bad, right? But here's what happens. Year 1, you've got your $10,000 working, making $1,000 for you. Then year 2, that $1,000 of profit makes more profit. Suddenly, you're not just making $1,000 in profit, but you're making $1,100 by year 2. Now next, move on to the third year. That $1,100 continues to grow, and now you're looking at overall $12,000 in value without even adding more money yourself. And before you know it, that $10,000 is turning into $20,000, $50,000, and even $100,000, all while you're just chilling, living your life and doing what you enjoy. This is what's known as the snowball effect. Your money grows exponentially over time. So once you have hit that first $10,000, it's no longer about just working hard to save. Now your money is working for you, making more money than you could ever make just through your job or side hustles alone. And here's the kicker. The earlier you start this process, the more powerful it becomes. It's literally the best and the easiest way to build wealth over time for the majority of population. Number 5, you become pickier about opportunities. When you're broke, you've probably said yes to a lot of things that you later regretted. Let's be honest here. When your bank account is empty, you're desperate and you're saying yes to everything just to get some cash in your pocket. And that's how people end up taking underpaid jobs, sketchy side hustles, or signing up for business opportunities that sounds like a scam. But hey, it's money. But when you hit that $10,000, you get this magical thing called options. You can actually start saying no to things that aren't actually worth your time, effort, or energy. You think about it. You no longer have to take the job that you absolutely hate just because you need that extra paycheck. You can finally look at opportunities from a position of strength, not desperations. You can say no to lowball job offers. You can decline sketchy business deals that you know will only waste your time. You can walk away from clients or projects that don't align with your goals. Money gives you freedom, and $10,000 is your first real taste of that freedom. You're not chasing after every dollar anymore. You can choose where to put your time and energy. You can wait for the right opportunities to come along rather than taking whatever you can get out of necessity. And here's a little secret. This freedom is not just about rejecting opportunities, it's about attracting the better ones. When you're not desperate, you start getting better offers, better jobs, more valuable side hustles. It's like the universe starts sending you higher quality opportunities once it knows that you're no longer willing to settle for the bare minimum. And that's why the universe sent this video down your feed, so please don't forget to hit the like button. If you have made it this far in the video, it's just a little pat on the back from me and it'll push my videos to a bigger audience. Now, moving on to the next one. Number 6, it unlocks real investment options. Before you hit that $10,000, your investment strategy probably looked like this. You think about investing, then you realize you have no money, and then you close YouTube. It's easy to dream about building wealth and investing in things like real estate or the stock market, but when you're broke, those dreams feel more like fairy tales. You know they're out there, but you're like, well, that's nice, but I'll never get there. But once you hit $10,000, the world of investment opens up to you in a way that feels real. All of a sudden, you're no longer looking at investment as something only rich people can do. You're actively considering it as part of your wealth building strategy. And here's what it looks like. Index funds, which allow you to invest in the stock market. starting a side hustle, using the $10,000 to scale a business or create an online brand. Real estate crowdfunding, where you pool money with other investors to invest in properties. You stop thinking I need to work for money and start thinking how can my money work for me? That shift from active income to passive income is huge. It's like you've been handed the keys to a brand new car, and instead of just getting by, you're driving it to places that will actually build wealth. The possibilities are endless, and the best part is you don't need to be a millionaire to get started. You just need that initial fund to make your first smart move. Number 7, you break the cycle of financial anxiety. This, my friend, is the ultimate prize. Have you ever experienced that constant biting anxiety about money? The panic that comes every time you check your bank account, wondering if you'll make it through the month without having to eat instant noodles for the rest of your life. Yeah, that sucks. But when you have $10,000, it's like a weight gets lifted off your shoulders. For the first time, you get to stop thinking about surviving and start thinking about thriving. You can finally plan for the future instead of just scrambling to make it through the present. It's no longer about keeping your head above the water, it's about building something sustainable. This shift is massive. It's like you go from being in survival mode to a strategy mode. You're no longer constantly worried about what ifs and what could go wrong. Instead, you're focused on what comes next and how you can keep on building. You start thinking about things like long-term investments, business growth, and financial independence, and the cycle of anxiety gets replaced with a cycle of growth and opportunity, and that's when the real wealth building begins. By the time you hit that first $10,000, you have unlocked a new version of yourself. You're no longer the person desperately trying to make it. You're the person who has control, confidence, and the ability to make your money work for you. $10,000 is just the beginning. It's the first step in creating a future where money is no longer a source of stress, but the source of freedom. Once you have cracked that first $10,000, it's not about stopping there. It's about building on that success and continue to grow your wealth. So if you haven't hit that $10,000 yet, start now. It's not about making huge money overnight. It's about taking small, consistent steps to get there. And if you're already there, then let me know what's your next financial goal, $50,000, $100,000. Let's talk in the comments and click on this video to watch more valuable contents just like this, and I'll see you there.